the Southeastern Conference historical record. A field house sits atop the bluegrass plains. In a conference of 13 football schools, the ball bounces at Kentucky. And there, as blue as the hardwood blue bloods get. 8 national titles, 17 Final Fours. Football is a game of momentum. Basketball is a game of runs. And sustained success on the court is much harder than on the gridiron. That court being the Cathedral, Rupp Arena. When Adolph Rupp led the team, he built a dynasty. But when his tenure began rolling, this Kentucky Colonel was in the shadow of the Bear. The immortal Paul Bryant coached the Wildcats football team from 1946 to 1953, overlapping the 4-decade Rupp era. However, Lexington wasn't big enough for the both of them, and Bryant was destined for another home. Steadfast and true, the Bear and the Bluegrass remained, and much like Bryant's University of Alabama, Coach Rupp passed the torch to many worthy successors. Among them was Rick Pitino. A brash Yankee from New York City, Coach Pitino brought his Big East style to the SEC, and it worked. By the 1996 season, Kentucky was suffering its second longest championship drought in school history, and all Rick Pitino did was beat Syracuse and cut down the nets at the Final Four. 2 years later, they did it again. Which brings us to Coach Cal. Tradition often dictates that things never change and practices never budge, while John Calipari values winning over blind tradition. If the NBA allows players to jump from school after 1 year, so be it. We'll build our team that way. Season after season, Kentucky fields a team of All-Americans and All-Stars. What they lack in experience, they ooze in potential. And just as the NFL is littered with LSU Tigers and roaming with Alabama Elephants, the NBA has a Kentucky player in almost every basketball town. John Wall carries the torch, Rondo totes the rock, and Anthony Davis pounds the boards. From an undefeated season to toppling other historical powers, Big Blue Nation never rests. When March rolls around, the SEC tournament is played in Nashville, and it might as well be a home game. For during that weekend, the football fans from our conference are dazzled by the dance of the dribble and awed by the power of the Kentucky slam dunk.